I feel like this belongs in a rap music video. That is crazy. Today we're driving the KTM X-BOW GT-XR. This is the road legal version of the X-BOW GT2. It's got a bunch of crazy features, carbon fiber everywhere, a fighter jet style canopy, removable steering wheel, and a bunch of other features. Let's have a little look around. Long story short, this is like a supercar for very passionate drivers. Starting with the name, sounds like a serial number, and that's how you know they mean business. KTM X-BOW GT-XR doesn't exactly roll off the tongue the same way that Ferrari Enzo or Lamborghini Huracan does. And that might be because the company is Austrian, and Austrians tend to be a little bit more literal and less socially fluffy than the Italians. But in the end, what you get is a zero bullshit road legal race car. Let's take a closer look. First of all, everything you see here, the entire body is carbon fiber. It's got a carbon fiber monocoque, which makes the core extremely strong. You can put 11 tons on top of this car and you'll be safe. That's not normal, by the way. That's extremely uncommon. When you get in closer, I think what makes this car stand out the most, apart from all the little race features that we're going to talk about in just a second, is obviously the canopy. Just got to click this, and when you pull it, everything comes forward. This kind of reminds me of the McLaren Solus GT that we saw. The difference is that that's a multi-million-dollar car, and this is a $300,000 car by KTM. Some of you guys may be familiar with KTM. I've always known them as the motorcycle company. Then they started making kind of like supersized go-karts with the KTM X-BOW. I think a lot of people saw them as like millionaire toys. Then they actually did the KTM X-BOW GT2, which was a successful race car, and now they've made the road legal version, which is very similar to the GT2. And when you take a closer look at the fighter jet style electric canopy, soft closing by the way, you can see the hinges are right there. But you know, when you close it, you normally put a helmet like this, and when you lock it, and this should win Door of the Year if there was an award like that. So anyways, kind of going more into detail, you'll see all the little exposed carbon fiber everywhere. Over here, you have the little 100 right there, and that's because this car is limited to 100 units per year. The car is made by a very small team of specialists, and obviously made in Austria. Let's quickly go to the front. What you'll notice is that design is like pretty minimalistic. They kind of just went for, you know, making it aerodynamic and generating downforce. And the front, what you get is something not too complex. It's pretty flat. You have a gigantic carbon fiber front splitter. And I like the shape of the canopy. It wasn't just round at the front, you know? They've also made like a bat kind of symbol. So if this was matte black, it looked like a Batmobile. And nice little detail. This license plate RPM car. This thing has a max RPM of 7,000, which is wild. Looking at the side, this is a full-blown supercar. And the first KTMs that came out didn't really look like that. I mean, the first X-BOW looked like a really fun vehicle to kind of drive on the road. This actually is a supercar now, and it's crazy to think that KTM is now here. I mean, this is the real deal. What you'll notice at the back is this gigantic spoiler. You can actually change this for a few different pieces. You can get the piece from the GT2. This obviously generates a ton of downforce, makes the car stick to the ground at high speeds, more stability, more traction on turns so you can drive faster. And I actually really like the design of the back. I think they did a really good job. The vents at the back, which actually aren't even really vents. This kind of reminds me of the Maserati MC20. I think maybe it might be the white with the carbon fiber. Maybe in black it wouldn't look the same. But I do love the design detail. And above them, you have the rear view camera. You see that? Everything at the back is very angled and aggressive. You have the twin exhaust going down the middle with the Formula One style brake light right there. Reflectors down there, also very rectangular. What do you guys think of the shape? Because to be honest, this is a good looking car in my opinion. It's good. I mean, there's a lot of supercars that they get a little bit too crazy. This, I think actually looks really good. We'll hop inside in just a second, but something I want to show you guys is that steering wheel is actually on a holder. So you actually have to unclip this with two little latches at the back that go like this, you see? And then you actually pop that on there like that. There you go. That's how you attach your steering wheel, pretty cool. But another little secret button right here, you see that? If I press this and pull that, what I can actually do is open this part up. All right, and you get two things. You get the engine and you get boot space. But there's actually a surprising amount of boot space in here. I mean, for you guys to have a look, I'm not sure. This is